All right, second league of the day, playing through a league of Jeskai Underworld Breach, the Grinding Station Underworld Breach combo deck. If you have not seen this deck before, it looks like a pile. For the most part, it is a pile. um, let's talk about a little bit of what goes on in the deck, and then we'll get rolling with matches. So at the core, the deck is just like a blue-red value deck. You've got Ledger Shredder, Ragavan, Emery, Expressive Iteration, Underworld Breach that are all just like gaining you some amount of card advantage, card selection, uh, upgrading card quality as the match goes on. You've got Urza's Saga to kind of help finish out games with construct tokens and tutoring up like Aether Spellbomb for disruption or Springleaf Drum for a little extra mana. And then you've got this backdoor combo to the deck, which is if you've got a grinding station, a 0 mana artifact, and an underworld breach. As long as like if you have all three of those on play, you can essentially mill your entire library by sacking the 0 mana artifact, milling 3 cards with grinding station. Underworld breach lets you play the card back. So now, as long as you have like a couple extra cards in your graveyard, you can eventually get to Thassa's Oracle by making mana off like your Mox Hammer. So the best way I can describe it is Grinding Station flips over your entire library with Underworld Breach and like one of your 0 mana artifacts. Eventually, assuming you have one open mana, you can cast an Emery from your graveyard and start bringing back Mox Amber, floating mana off the Mox Amber to let you cast the Thassa's Oracle. Or if you have like a creature on board, say a Ledger Shredder or a Construct token, you can replay a Springleaf Drum, use it to make a blue to cast your Emery to start looping your Mox Amber. Anything like that, like you got a Ragavan on board, cast your Mox Amber, make a mana, cast your Springleaf Drum, use the Ragavan, make a blue, cast your Emery. Ultimately, you want to get to blue to be able to Thassa's Oracle. And that's about the gist of the deck. In the sideboard, got a few more tutor targets for Saga. Some like wear and tears to help fight opposing Urza Sagas, any sort of like artifact enchantment hate. A couple prismatic endings to deal with whatever troublesome permanent you need to get rid of. Flusterstorm for the Cascade decks. 2 Teferi to help protect your combo, help save you from like counter spells and stuff like that. So that's about all there is to the deck. Let's jam. I don't need that bad juju in a new league. Like I said, I think I've played like 3 leagues with the deck, and I'm pretty positive I've gone like 3-2, 3-2, 4-1. So we'll see how it goes today. The losses, at least one of them was to human error, like me just not realizing that I had a kill. The other ones, what were the other losses to? I know I lost to Murktide once, which didn't seem like a great matchup since they just have like removal for dudes and counter spells. And get a mic. This deck always looks sweet. It does look pretty interesting. Like I like that it's got a lot of different play patterns. But for the most part, I just really wanted to play an Emery deck. And I think this is like best Emery deck available. All right. So we've got Ragavan, Saga, we've got some interaction. Fish. Oh no. Oh no. could just get a mountain. Try to like shut off the island walk merfolks for a minute. Why not? What is this silly little card game? I like to think it's Magic the Gathering. I could be wrong. This could have been Yu-Gi-Oh! The entire time. That would have been unfortunate, right? Eventually, a Ragavan's going to come down. File for 0. Nice. Almost got me with that Mem Knight. So I'm really hoping that my opponent will just use like a the island dude, what's his name? Tide Shaper on my mountain so I can like get Saga down and Shredder turn 2. Silvergill, Reveal Spile, Alright. So let's go. Land. Unholy Heat. Try to get Ragavan through. Force Ditch Subtlety. And they got Sling to Vol in. Oh. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. That was kind of a worst case scenario, right? Have the Force, have another dude to vol in to kill Ragavan. All right, I'm not a big fan of our position here. Merfolk is sweet. Big talk coming from the person that's not having to play against him right now. Next catcher, okay. So we know they've got a Sviolin. Lord. All right. I'm not in love with my position here. Is there anything I can do to have a chance? I can make a construct, tutor up, Make a construct, tutor up a Mox Amber, shock to 7, play the Ragavan, play the Bauble. Dead on board. If they decide just not to attack all out for whatever reason. Yeah. Alright, good old Merfolk kill. So against the fish, what do I want? EE for sure. Prismatic endings are okay. Fairy can help stop or help fight their interaction for the combo. Ledger Shredder is pretty slow and clunky. Shadow Spear is a potential target off Saga. Bell Bomb seems meh. Breach, Terminate Iteration. Go like this. I think my game plan is, I mean, obviously, if Ragavan lived, that would have been a lot better. But either get Ragavan or like a quick Emery to start trying to loot baubles. What does this do? Turn 1, Drum. Turn 2, Emery, Unholy Heat. We'll keep it. I don't think there's anything particularly impressive about the hand. Also, why did I not play the drum? I don't think there's anything particularly impressive about the hand, but it's got like the pieces I need to get to a win. If I could play my spells. So I'm like already a turn behind because I just brain farted and didn't play the drum. Juice Box coming in with 100 bits. Thank you so much. Hey fam, hope your games are good. Always lurking and listening when I can. I greatly appreciate it. Always nice to have familiar faces in chat. Alright, so let's get Emery down. Emery mills over. Nothing relevant. How are you liking Breach? Well, this is only like my either third or fourth league with the deck. I can't remember. It's been pretty fun. Kill the Tide Shaper. Yeah, it's been pretty fun. A lot of interesting play patterns to it. I definitely need more reps with the deck. Oh, that's something I can Emery back. Or an EE or a bobble. Or just like an Underworld Breach away from ending the game. Like a violin. Yep. So I think I'm just going to bobble. Trickster. Okay. Grinding station. Which I'm not sacking anything to that. So grinding station's kind of funny because it does trigger itself when it comes in. So you can like have it enter, sack something, and then untap and sack something else. That's a really good draw. So this is just going to be like tap down. I know. For 10. All right. Do you have a counter spell? Start with you. Guess he doesn't need a counter spell if I don't find anything. All right, so let's start with Emery back the bobble. I could Emery the EE on 2. Emery back the bobble in case I just find an Underworld Breach off Ledger Shredder. Mox Amber, we can... Do I need the extra mana for anything? Don't believe so. Ditch that. Mishra's bobble comes down. Grinding station triggers. Fine. Aether Vial, that's fine. Alright, so let's go Bolt. Ward. Ward 1. And they've got the Trickster. So if I go Prismatic Endings, Violin, 1, 2, 3, Bolt something else, Bolt the Lord. And they have to have a Lord to kill me. Alright. That sounds like an out. No, I can't even Prismatic Ending for 3 because of Saga. Looks like we're just dead. Bolt you, pay the 1. I guess we're not dead. I can bolt here, pay the 1 off Saga, pass the turn, block Spy, bolt the Lord, or heat the Lord, pay 1. So if that's the case, I just need to bolt the Lord. Pay 1. Yes. Pass the turn. Oh no, he still got the Trickster. I keep like forgetting I'm dead to one thing and alive through the other. But I know he's got a Trickster. Okay. So I block by here. I guess he can just sack like the Spy and kill me. Yeah. All right. Wonder how far away we were from an underworld breach. Close. So maybe we don't need to mull or don't need to bring out any combo pieces against Merfolk. But it really just seems like hand dependent. Like if they've got a bunch of force negations, then combo is pretty bad. But if they just go like 1 drop into Lord, into Lord, into Lord, then combo is good. So lands. Keep and throw back the second breach. Alright, so we've got turn 1 Ragavan, the Sacred Foundry. Lets us cast our Expressive Iteration. Find like a bauble or something, we can cast Emery. Back-to-back fish. What kind of masochistic league is this? We're the fish deck now. I always love that like the old lords affect everything. So their lord is giving my lord +3/+3 an island walk. It's on top, Ragavan. It's good to know about. Now I can just like attack with my Ragavan and if they want to trade off. Cool. it off. Then we'll just shuffle away this other Ragavan. All right. We need less Emrys, more grinding stations. That's not terrible. So we can go. Rather iteration. I think I can do it all as long as I hit a land off this. All the lands. So Spire Bluff, Saga, play Saga, play Spell Bomb. Let me cast Emry for one. Bounce you, draw a card, or not draw a card, just bounce you. We get to hit with Ragavan again. And there's a decent chance I'm just going to go for like a value Underworld Breach next turn. Like Breach plus Mox, Bobble, Heat, something like that. Just try to draw like 17 cards. Also, Emery's just a 3/4 with Island Walk. So there's that. All right. Could lead on Unholy Heat to try to take out this Spile and see if it resolves. Hiya. You're not indestructible yet. Alright, so now... Am I just attacking and forcing the chump block with Ragavan? I think I am. Just force the chump. I can make a construct off Saga. Yeah, go to 2. I'll make a construct. Go ahead. You can't play, or I don't even care if you play a Lord. I have a Master. Guess Trickster is the only thing that like keeps them alive. Yeah. Who's the real Merfolk deck? Alright. So I said we're gonna try keeping in like all combo. EE Shadow Spear. Thank you for providing this content. What the who's the real Merfolk player content? Alright. Shredder's slow. Iteration's a little slow. Maybe just board out like a Ragavan on the draw. All of it, deal. Like, I enjoy playing. If I get a little bit little bit of enjoyment out of learning some of these obscure decks, and that makes it more fun. All right, so I got turn 1. If I find a bauble, all right, worth a try. Tried to will it into existence. It didn't happen. But I do get to just like Ragavan, Mox Amber, Shadow Spear. Then next turn I can like Saga, Emery, strap up Shadow Spear on a Ragavan. Yeah, I could iteration. See what we draw into. Kind of assuming they just have like a trickster. Let me do this, opponent. Let me do it. Don't you dare have a trickster. Oh. Felt so good. Here's my life blinking, swinging Ragavan. That card's about to mess me up. I'm about to get super messed up by this Hex Catcher. Oh, that's such a good draw. So good. Lightning Bolt's a really good draw, too. Let's replay this. Hang on for a second. I'm probably going to make a construct, so Mishra's Bauble just like gives me a big chunky dude. Second Hex Catcher. And a Trickster. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. So now do I want to iteration and get this bolt? All right, OP. Something is going to have to die for the crimes against my people. So ideally, I would like to iteration before playing a land. But, like, I knew that the... I knew that the bolt was on top. So, like, I knew I was going to get to cast a spell regardless. Okay. take those. Dismember. Opponent. What did I ever do to you? I've been nothing but kind and generous since you got here. What do we got? Let's make a dude. We will get an Aether Spell Bomb. Not Aether Spellbomb, Springleaf Drum. I meant to get Springleaf Drum. We're good. I just said the wrong thing because that's how the world works. So let's attempt to Prismatic Ending Aether Vial. I want to do this off the construct or off the treasure. Probably off the construct, because if they have a what's it called? Another trickster, then they just like kill my construct straight up, and I'm not getting any value off this Springleaf Drum. Or they don't. One of the two. Think I can win next turn. I mean, like, at any point, if I draw a breach... Well, never mind. Scratch that. You can have this flooded strand right here. Never mind, indeed. Like, we were on the same page. An opponent dropped a Relic of Progenitus on me. Alright, this is ticking up to 3, right? Is this taking up to... No, it's on 2. We're good. Let's cast an Expressive Iteration. I like to iterate expressively. Mystical Dispute. I can pay for this. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So heat the hand. Shredder to the bottom. Mishra's Bauble to exile. Play lands. Say go. I mean, if at any point I find a grinding station, I can just like build my own breach after they pop Relic. I can like cast Underworld Breach first. They got to respond with Relic, or I'm just getting like an insane amount of value. Sorry. How's that? Like, they have to respond to me casting Breach. Or just do it now, sure. Let us make a gentleman. Tutor up. So just get the other bauble, sure. Grandpappy always says, when you have a chance to draw more cards, draw more cards. Let's go red, whatever, dash a monkey. And I believe I'm going to unholy heat this hex catcher. Because if they do have like a trickster to flash in, kill this and block. Urkel's recall. Sure. Surprisingly, not that effective. Here's this. Here's this. Sacred Foundry's fine. Play this. There you go. See the Death Shadow Bobble skills are struggling here. We got you, King. Alright. So now if opponent is finally run out of interaction, we can win. Curse Catcher, you got it. Alright. Who's ready to do the stuff? So we can cast Ragavan because it's not even, it's free. It nets 2 mana. Because we can use the or it nets 1 mana because we can use the Ragavan for the Mox and the Springleaf Drum, which is pretty funny. So let's cast us a Grinding Station. Grinding Station trigger on the stack. I'm going to sack Mox Amber. It's going to untap. Always yes. Always yield. Yes. Here's a grind or Underworld Breach. Alright. So now we cast a Mox Amber from the graveyard. Float for mana. We mill sacking. Cast a Mox Amber from the graveyard. Make mana. All we're really doing, there we go, finding an Emery, which we will then play from our graveyard. Look, and now this Mox Amber can tap for blue. Isn't that convenient and fun? Here's a Mox Amber. Now we're making blue. We're milling ourselves. We've already got Thassa's Oracle in the yard, so all we got to do is keep clicking, and I think opponent conceded. Yes. Waha! We've got breach stuff. Seemed like a pretty meh Hercules. That was a pretty meh Hercules, but we didn't really, like, ever put ourselves in a position to get blown out by Hercules. Also, Wagner, what's up? You are correct. This deck is distinctly missing Death Shadows. Alright, this is a lot better than the first hand, so let's keep and throw back Emery. Vengeance on the fish people. I figured you'd be on their side. Alright, opponent mulligan to 5. Pretty sure I shuffled you away. What are they on? Mold of 5 with a Scalding Tarn. Living End. Rhinos. Let's get a Hallowed Fountain. Play a Saga. Play a Ledger Shredder. There you go. I don't ever root against you. Feel like that's not true. It might be, but I'm gonna remain a pessimist. So some sort of elemental deck. You also have a Fury and or Solitude. TBD. Am I going for that instead? I feel like I should probably Ragavan instead of Saga, or instead of make a construct. But I don't think it's like by some huge percentage. I really don't think they're going to block. There you go. So we've got a good bit of mana next turn. I don't think, if this is just like straight elementals, then I don't think they really have like any good ways of interacting with the combo once it starts. Make a dude. So I feel like I just need to be... Endurance interacts okay with it. But like, you have to endurance at pretty specific points, and it's not that difficult to rebuild. Alright, so let's get land, Imri. Flips over a bunch of junk. Played a land, so do I just want to dash Ragavan? Seems fine. Interacts, not lights out, no different than Relic Crack. Exactly. Like, it's not the most difficult thing, like I said, in the world to rebuild from. Especially if they just go ahead and do it now when I'm not doing anything relevant with my yard. Something else too. Oh, it's glimpse. Well, I for one never guessed glimpse out of this start. I probably should have. I feel like it's pretty obvious once you actually like stop and look. All right, well, they get a couple draws off these Omnaths. I wouldn't say we're dead. We're not in like that. Well, I guess it depends. 8-ball me. This only does 4 to like, yeah, 4 to me and 4 to planeswalkers. It doesn't deal 4 to my creatures. Of course, it's glimpse. So you're not noticed by your opponent playing Risen Reef turn 3 and invoking endurance. What other deck playing elementals in 4-color? I mean, I feel like there's quite a few variations of this deck that make that same play pattern fairly regularly. Touch on Holy 8. It's not really doing anything for me. Grinding Station off the top could do it. It would like have to be Grinding Station, flip over Mox Amber. No, I guess any free artifact would be fun. You can find the Mox Amber eventually. Someone on LGS was playing Glimpse, and they had some 15-minute turn with the last half of them arguing about which phase of the turn they were in. That sounds about right, doesn't it? So 6, 7, 8, 9. Take it. Take it. Go to 1. All right. So start with iteration. Is there anything I can do? Play a land. If I just start with Grinding Station. Yeah, I can try. I start with Grinding Station. Sack the Construct. Grinding Station trigger resolves. Untap. Sack the Springleaf Drum. And if in those 6 cards I hit a Mox Amber, I can kill them. So we go Island, whatever, you, grinding station. Trigger on the stack. We mill ourselves. Sack the construct. No Mox Amber. Grinding station untaps. Or a Mishra's Bauble would let us... Or no, it has to be a Mox Amber. I need the other mana. Nope. So, Mishra's Bauble wouldn't have done it. Because we didn't have the mana for the Underworld Breach. But if we hit Mox Amber, we could get it back with Emery. Cast the Underworld Breach. Sack the Amber to station. And start the loop. So... What happens if you play Drum? Drum doesn't do it because I tapped the Emery, so then I wouldn't be able to recast a Mox Amber if I hit one. I need the second mana. So, like, just to show, we target Drum, cast it, we untap Grinding Station. Grinding Station, sacks Springleaf Drum, and now even if we hit the Mox Amber, we can't cast it with Emery. So. But you're right, we're going to try to combo in that situation. It might not go anywhere, but our hits were indeed Sag. I think I'm going to bring in Aether Gust for Endurance. To Fairy, kind of for the same reason. Everything else in the board's pretty mopey. Like maybe I want EE to try to pick off some tokens, but it just doesn't do anything against like the fair value plan. We're on the play, so Ragavan's a lot better on the play. Spellbomb can come out. Think I'm supposed to trim on combo. Let's cut Channeler, Ragavan, and a Breach. Maybe I can keep combo and just like have to have it to Fairy. That seems poopy. But turns like that are kind of why I like this deck. Like, hey, I get a turn where I'm just going to take a bunch of game actions and it's going to be a little bit like a puzzle. Maybe I'm able to figure out a way to win. Maybe I don't, but we try. All right, so let's play Bobble 1, Bobble 2. And I'm going to end up sacking one Bobble on their instep because if I do and I hit an Emery, I can still cast it. But if I sack the second Bobble and I hit an Emery, I can't. So, Grinding Station. That looks like a good card to have. Urza Saga. Let's just go ahead and play the Grinding Station. Get it down. No. And what I'm probably gonna have to do, might have to wait till I get it to Fairy. I just have Foundation Breaker. Got it. Imagine not hitting the Saga. Someone spend points on this. No, they did not. I decided I wanted to play it. I know it's a crazy idea that maybe I just want to like play a deck. I, for one, don't believe it. I think I'm full of it. Let's play Shredder and as much as I want Saga, I think I just need to be like finding cards and stuff. That does sound crazy. I know. Thought I was making it up. I'm not. Yeah, attack in. Think I won't block. All right. Emery's a pretty good draw. So I can make a construct, get a springleaf drum. That'll let me cast an Emery, which could potentially, I don't know, get back a grinding station. Throwing ideas out there. Spitballing. We still haven't seen a Mox Amber. I know I didn't board out any of those. Fury Pitch Omnath. All right. This opponent does not like to have fun. They really don't. I don't know why they're playing this fun-oriented game if they don't want to have fun, but each their own, I suppose. All right, let's go Gust to hand, Heat to the bottom, Island to exile. Pass the turn. Got a clue. Want another one? Nope. Can't be countered. Not countering it. Or Breach players. I would not consider myself a Breach player in the slightest. Like, I am way off of having any idea what I'm doing with this deck. But it's been really fun to try out the deck I've been wanting to try out for a minute. Okay. These are good cards. I think I'm going to go Grinding Station to hand, Ragavan to the bottom, Teferi to exile, cast this Mishra's Bauble, see if I can potentially draw the second or the fourth land to Teferi. Let's go Station to hand, Ragavan, Teferi, cast Bauble. Survey says yes. All right. So then we'll ditch Unholy Heat. Bauble resolves. Maybe. So good at this game. I don't know about that either. White mana. Blue mana, blue mana. Cast you. Got a clue. And then we are going to take up our Teferi to protect it from a hard cast Fury. And say go. Now, opponent, you must do the interactions and the things right now. I'm not going to crack this Mishra's Bauble, so I can save it for combo on my turn. In case they did have like an evoke endurance on their turn. Love it. Love it. Assert dominance on that Teferi. Okay. And Saga completes it. Gives me... I already had the 5th mana, but whatever. Alright. So, player land for turn. Cast, yield, grinding station. Always, yes. Always yield. Cast our Underworld Breach. You don't care. Make life easier, sure. Cast you because we can. And still no Amber, so sack. Alright. Let's float a mana first. Let's be good magicians. Sack. Let's pop out a graveyard. Still have no Mox Amber, so let's go you, whatever, sack. Sack. Mox Amber, awesome. Cast you. Float blue mana. Sack. Opponent has seen the doom ahead of them. Didn't even have to flip over the Thassa's Oracle. Register Mox Amber. Yeah, we did register Mox Amber. They just decide not to show up when we want them to show up. But so be it. I still don't know if I want the 4th breach against like a bunch of these endurances. I'm just gonna roll with it. I think I like don't want to find combo until after I've got Teferi or Aether Gust and a bunch of mana or something. Yeah, like more. I get the basis of the combo. I get like how to identify the like general lines for going off, but occasionally I'll have moments where it's kind of like Storm. I just don't know if I'm supposed to kind of force going for it without having a certain piece available. Just like try to hit that piece. Like, oh, I've got 4 mana, a breach, and a breach and a grinding station. I can play the grinding station, sack 6, and hope like if I hit a bauble or an amber, I go off. But should I just go for it more often than not? Or this hand's pretty mopey. I'm gonna ship it back. This is kind of better. Bank on like hitting something to let me get this Emery down. I guess just like second land's fine. Is with you. Go with your Shadow Insight. Shadow Insight's a lot easier when you have, like, Stubborn Denial. Generally speaking, you can be patient unless the opponent is telling you that you can't. So yeah, in that regard, it's just like a lot like Storm, right? Where if my opponent isn't threatening to kill me right here, I don't need to do anything. And that's fair. Like, I can understand that reasoning. All right. Second land's really good. So let's get a Sacred Foundry, cast a Ledger Shredder, cast a Mox Amber. Ooh, I like a Springleaf Drum. If they're only Grave Hate is Endurance, then I think I can just ditch the Oracle. Because they flip over, or they Endurance the Oracle, I can get it back. It's not really like that big of a deal. Nom 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 nath. Land. Not a land. So we've got Drum, Emery, Trigger, Connive. We find a land, we can Iteration. We can just start with the Iteration and try to hit land. I think that's my play. Iteration. We do hit land. So let's go Bobble to hand, Ragavan to the bottom, Tarn to exile. Tarn is going to get Island is Basic Island's fine. Emery. Gotta play Bobble first. Yeah. Ditch a Ledger Shredder. Bobble comes down. Play Emery. Springleaf Drum. Say go. Yeah, if I'd hit the land first, I would have just Teferi bounced the Omnath. But since we drew combo off the Iteration, then I think just like setting up is fine. I'm kind of expecting him to just like Fury here. Please don't do anything crazy. Crazy like this. Crazy like Sunday morning. I guess it's easy like Sunday morning, but you get the idea. I appreciate them floating a red for an uncounterable elemental. Can go. All right, all lands one time. Creatures you control. That's a lot of colony cards. Each, sure. Bunch of hasty dudes. Fine. You're in fact not dead yet. This deck is so stupid. I agree. I agree. This is just like all going to come down to whether or not they have endurance, right? They can have endurance right now. Foundation breaker. Hitting off that. Blow up my Mox Amber. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Into double Chancellors. Yep. We are dead. We're the big dead. That's he targeted. Yeah. Ah. Veil of Summer. Actually, no, I don't want to yield to the end step. So many Omnath triggers. I mean, it'll go all go off, right? You only get like 3 and then figure it out from there. Or were there 2 Omnaths that entered? Either way, I'm aggressively dead off this, but opponent's only got 12 minutes to go through the triggers. I mean, I guess with them being back up to 7 minutes, like, on clock. Fog. 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 Fog? No. I just wanted to see what you were doing, opponent. I wasn't sure. So, if they didn't blow up the Springleaf drum, then we still wouldn't have gotten there, right? Yeah. We could have stationed Breach, but we couldn't have made the 5th mana. So, all good. All good. card Glimpse of needs to be banned. Am I right? Actually, it's like another deck that would get a pretty big nerf if they banned Violent Outburst. Like, you can have the rest of it, but you can't, like, evoke elementals at instant speed and evoke trigger on the stack, Violent Outburst, to get more cards and an effect. Like, I really do think that the only reason some of the Cascade decks are as frustrating to play against as they are is because of Violent Outburst. Played against this person the other day. Okay hand. It's a little slow. Ah, yes, the old Tendo Ice Bridge Surge node start. So just like counters Tron, Dice Tron, whatever. How long has it been since I've seen this deck, and why does it need to go back into the pits of hell? Spike deck, well, no real surprise there. We're living in a spike format. It's a spike world, and we're just breathing in it. Ancient Stirrings. Tap, removes charge counter, put a charge counter on another target artifact. Color. Each charge counter. Alright, well, Steven, I'm trusting you to just tell me when I'm dead. Like, at what point do I say, yeah, you got it, I lose? GG. On to the next one. I guess I'm just dashing Ragavan. Get some mana advantage. Modern Staple Core Tapper. Unless they're just going to kill me with, like, really, really big constructs. In which case, don't tell me. Let me suffer. Voltaic Key. Yeah, like us needing to kill Karn and us having the ability to kill Karn are two fairly different concepts. I mean, if we just draw a red source, all right, never mind, problem solved. Remember that time I was worried for a minute? Yeah. Get away with that. Attack Karn. Would like to keep my treasure token. Go. Need to dead. Drawing grinding station would be, let's see, float one off Saga, get a bauble or get a Mox Amber. Yeah, you go off from there. So many keys. All right, so let's just get the Mox Amber. Could get Aether Spell Bomb, but I don't think I'm like in danger of dying to this construct. No breach. So let us iteration. Iteration bauble. Play you, see what our opponent's drawing into. Power conduit. Sure. So then we, being the expert gamers that we are, cast a ledger shredder. And just say go. Kill so many Karns with that bad boy. Slaps Hood of Unholy Heat. What does this do? One counter on a dude. Charge counter on an artifact. Alright, so they've gotten 1 billion mana. Approximately, give or take. They just have like a walking ballista to tutor up or something. Tutor up these hands, bro. What? 4 tap, put a charge counter on it. Tap, remove 3 charge counters, take an extra turn. All right. They got to wait until next turn to take turns, right? Yeah. Which I believe means we have a chance. All we need to do is find a grinding station. All right. So we can iteration for a grinding station. Still have a chance of finding it. So let's start with, yeah, we've got 6 mana. So we can iteration for 2, breach for 2, grinding station for 2. Let's start with an iteration, which does not yield positive results. So bauble to hand, mesa to the bottom, mountain to exile. Cast a Mishra's Bauble. Ledger Shredder trigger. Well. We seem to be at an unfortunate point. Put a charge counter on something else. I've got one charge counter. This puts a charge counter on itself. Do I have any outs? Start by seeing what they're drawing. Gemstone cap. Okay. Also, how much mana do they have? If they untap 5, it all goes up by 4, right? So 5, 9, 13, 17, 21, 25. Have anything? Can they make a creature unblockable? I have no idea. I don't have the slightest clue what this deck can or cannot do. Okay. Do we have... We have a backdoor out. No, because I'm just short on... if I cast Emery, flip over another Mox Amber, play the Mountain, play the other Amber, Underworld Breach... 1, 2, 3, or 3 for the Emery plus the Amber. 3. Yeah, play the Underworld Breach, sack an Amber, 3 to play it, make a blue, 3 to play it, or play the second one. Yeah. I think I can go off if this flips over Mox Amber. So keep this one. Nope. All right. Let me just double check for my purposes. If we had hit over Mox Amber, I play whatever land I want for turn. I haven't milled yet. I've milled what? I've done all my milling. I've connived off Ledger Shredder, played the second Emery. The stack does say something. You're right. Yeah, still no. Amber. Good call. But yeah, just making sure I'd hit on another Amber, play a land, Emery plays the Amber, sack this one. I cast Underworld Breach, get back an Amber, float a blue, get back the other Amber, make a blue, cast the Grinding Station, and I can go off from there. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure I know how the deck functions. I know everybody else is experts. We got wear and tears, EE, pithing needle, prismatic endings. Were we supposed to play DRC in the beginning of the turn? I think so. If I had thought about like the Imri getting back a Mox Amber line as being an extra mana, then I think playing the reg or playing the DRC early would have been good. I just like did not think about that at all. All right, Bolt can come out. Do we want to fairy? I have no idea what's in their deck, so I guess you're right. We do need something for Corn. So maybe I need to cut a grinding station in case we can't combo reliably. Oh, Spell Bomb's pretty dead. Take heat over a Spell Bomb. Alright. Ragavan, Saga, Mox Amber, Grinding Station. Let's do it. Fire Bluff. Ragavan. Go. The old Astral Cornucopia. I will play that for 0 because it could be an artifact to sack the grinding station. Now let's go Mox Amber, Expressive Iteration. You can go to hand. You're in the deck. You're to exile. Play Saga from hand. Go. It's a nice shiny enchantment you got there, OP. Be a shame if someone were to, I don't know, exile it. I guess we don't have to do that right this second. Holy Heat's a good pickup. Start by crashing. Exile whatever abomination that is. All right, so I'm going to go. I want to fuse this wear and tear. So let's get a little more blue in the deck. Fuse. Hit you and you and red, white, and blue. Because America says we're fusing this. All right. Then I think I'm just like making a construct, untap, making a construct. And just like putting the squeeze on. Construct, untap. Construct. Search up a pithing needle named Manifold Key. Manifold Key. How does he do it? Cast a grinding station. Pump up these constructs. Hiya. Go. Shouldn't these say, like, can't be activated somewhere on it? Because of pithing needle? Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's supposed to say can't be activated. The more I think about it, the more I think I want to fairy so I can, like, bounce a cornucopia or something after it's gotten some tokens. Yeah, it's supposed to. Now I'm scared. It definitely didn't say that. Maybe I don't want both to fairies. No, we'll just cut a breach and cut. Cut a breach, cut a shredder. I think I just really want to see, like, Ragavan into something. All right. We are counting on this Ragavan some sort of hard. Hit Karn from the top of their deck. We never have to worry. That is thinking like a Pro Tour qualifier. If I ever heard it. Just hit the Karn. We can hit it and play it this turn, so... Never mind. Oh, nope, still do it. Chill, 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 chill. Calm down, OP. Another core tapper. Ah! Ah! Stop it. The 3 core tappers? Jeez. Tendo Ice Bridge. All right, so I need to deal with this cornucopia. So am I just going... Am I just prismatic ending the cornucopia? Yeah, I think we do. I'm just I'm cutting myself off blue and white to do that, and I'm just making sure, like, I can get a Springleaf Drum in 2 turns. I just want to double check before I do anything that's like best line that I've got available to me. Always yes, always yield. Exile you. Go. No! Stop it. All right. Well, we can to ferry and bounce it, so I guess that's something. I cannot Emery and to ferry and bounce it. Bounce it or bounce Saga. I guess probably Saga. Yeah, I should have Emery'd first. You're right. Good call. Or am I supposed to just keep this from getting up to 4 counters? Like if they spin next turn, replay this, play another core tapper. How bad is that? Maybe this changes our mind. We already got a grinding stations. That doesn't matter too much. Yeah, I think we're just bouncing this. All right. So make a construct. Get pithing needle. And we have to name Saga because Cornucopia is a mana ability. But we've already used our Saga, so we don't care. So Urza's Saga. Just like stops them from making a construct here. Are we supposed to name Core Tapper? I guess we could just name Core Tapper. Yeah, nice 1-1. All right. So then we go and get Island. Play Ledger Shredder. Then Emery casts a Bauble. We get a Ledger Shredder trigger. Which finds us a land we don't need. Tick up to Fairy. And are we trading Ragavan for Core Tapper? Probably. If the Core Tapper sits around, like the Ragavan's not doing anything better than trading for it, so. You are drawing into Manifold Key. Okay. So you got 2 keys and a cornucopia. Never mind. That's a little bit better than a cornucopia. Hey, that's the thing. That's the thing we were looking for. So, Amber, make a whatever, sack. Would you like to scoop now, or would you like me to do this? Whatever. Make a blue. I mean, I guess if they think I'm gonna time out, then it's probably fine. All right, there's Thassa's Oracle, so we just got to make sure we don't mill that. Don't exile that, I mean. Mana doesn't matter anymore. I guess we could just, like, start wear and tearing everything they hold dear in this world, but... I love opponent would tell me what kind of sandwich they're making while I'm doing this. Also, this is the first, like, quote unquote infinite combo deck that I've ever played on Magic Online. And obviously, I'm really glad that this is this and not like not Heliod, yeah, Heliod Company or something to that effect, because this is way easier to click out than those. But I'm also just really shocked at how many opponents legitimately make you click it out. Like, I'm so used to playing matches myself where if my opponent presents a loop, like, it's worth more, my time is worth more to me to just let it go, scoop the match or scoop that game, whatever, and move on. But I think it's been about 50-50 on here of my opponents making me click it out versus not, or at least making me click like 20 cards worth. If it's game one, it's worth it. Sure. But like, I don't know. I guess I'm used to me playing where I'll just sit there and ask my opponent, like, all right, what's the win condition? And if they just type back and say, oh, mill myself, hit Thassa's Oracle. Cool. Yeah, you got it. Let's go to game 2. But I have not had an opponent ask me. So maybe I should just start, like, telling them, hey, this is what I'm doing. You can't any more of you. I don't know. Like I said, it's, to me, it's not worth the time sitting around, like, waiting for someone to go off. And but I guess it's not the same for other people, so. All right. Percent chance of my opponent Archmage's Charms my Mox Amber. Like 40% likely. We get a little Ledger Shredder trigger. Little Shred Skis. Little Shred Skis. Dost thou even shred, bro? So Springleaf Drum is pretty free here. Make us a construct. Probably get an Aether Spell Bomb if our plan is just to like go up the construct ladder. I kind of like Jesse's build that's running the uh, Shadow Spear in the main. I feel like that's probably pretty decent. All right, so I would like to solve that tick up. This one. Am I making a construct off this one? Yes. Get Aether Spell Bomb. Use you and you to cast Emery. It's got a counter spell, sure. Here's a Flooded Strand. Hiya. Okay, carry on. Maybe I was supposed to cast. No, I got that off the saga, so I couldn't cast Emery first. Try to hide the fact that I was playing Spell Bomb here. Man, this Urza Saga card's pretty good. I don't know if y'all have seen it yet. That new tech from MH2 just discovered. Let's get a whatever. Untap. Construct. Go get a Mishra's Bauble. Play a land. Chunk in with some gentlemen. Yeah, like if we had Shadow Spear in the main, then this game is just like aggressively over, right? Not that opponents got a big chance of coming back from here, but it's not over. It's just unlikely. But if we had Shadow Spear and could strap it up to a 7/7 construct, like, game is over. If we get to say, hey, your biggest Murktide just trades with this half of an Urza's, third of an Urza's Saga. Sorry. Berries are pretty good. You're good. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff for this matchup. Like, I'm expecting them to bring in Unlicensed Hearse, but I think Teferi and Prismatic Ending's probably enough to deal with that. And I'm sure I'm going to be trimming on combos some. On the draw, I can shave a couple Ragavans. Probably shave a couple Imries. Do I need to trim more combo? I guess if I'm trimming a bunch of Imries, Ragavans, I can trim an Amber. I think I can go down to 2 and 2. Play a value game with Urza Saga. We're Interrogant's Moon. Maybe, but like, I don't feel like I'm that afraid of Blood Moon. I know it hits sagas, but I do like still have combo if they do that. This hand is pretty meh. I guess I'm thinking of it kind of like, if they get down a Blood Moon and I can't use sagas anyway, then what good is blowing up the moon if it doesn't really do anything against the rest of my deck? Maybe that's the wrong way of thinking of it. They targeted themselves with Mishra's Bauble. But I mean, maybe the fact that like Wear and Tear hits both Moon and Unlicensed Hearse is an argument for it. Ledger Shredder. Nose is itching like crazy. But they also just like fetch shocked on turn 1 with a steam vents. So I feel like that's probably an indicator that they don't have Moon in the deck right now. I guess then they go turn 2 Island, and maybe they do. Kevin coming in with a raid. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome everybody from Kevin's stream. If it's your first time here, my name is Michael, or Control Freak on Magic Online. Play a bunch of Modern, especially a whole lot of Death Shadow, and today we are playing not Death Shadow, but Underworld Breach. Put myself off a Saga or off a Construct if I play the other Saga right away. Yeah, we're just doing our best to make some little artifact lads and click through annoyingly long combos. I think we're 2-2 right now, so we're like seeing if we can end up in the positive. Well, if the opponent's looking for like a dress down, they are going to get punched by a construct at least once here. Hiya. Untap. Draw. Hiya. And do I want to get the Shadow Spear? Or do I want to just get like a Springleaf Drum? Maybe I do just want to get a Springleaf Drum. Go Drum, Saga, Grinding Station, hit for 6. Let's do it. Saga number 2. Grinding Station. Yeah, Tormod's Crypt did look appealing, but kind of my thought is I've got this other Saga that can just get me an Aether Spell Bomb and bounce a Murktide if it comes down. So I don't feel like I'm too pressured into dealing with it right now. It's a nice little EE you got there, opponent. So they're going to have to like sit on that, right? If that's the case, I probably just want to go ahead and draw off this bauble. They're going to make the decision for me. Unholy Heat. spell bomb. All right, so let's make a construct. Should have waited on the construct. I was thinking I had a second colored source for some reason and could just like expressive iteration off the drum once I made that. But then I didn't play my land first. So that was a mistake on my part. The chin's always up. Chin is aggressively up. You want to cast that Murktide right here. All right. So you tick up. You get to be used to cast a construct or make a construct. We will tutor up something probably called Mishra's Bauble. Or could get the Shadow Spear. Maybe now is a fine time for the crypt. I guess that's fair. Make a construct before this floating mana goes away. And then we're going to plan on cracking this crypt on their upkeep. But if they fetch into turn, then I'll sack in response to the fetch so that they can't unholy heap my construct. Like that. Okay, this is a slight punt because I think we were supposed to sack the crypt before playing the construct. Could we sack it before playing the construct? Because didn't we have to go or make the construct before we went and searched? Jace the Lame Sculptor, am I right? Because we did after search. Are you talking about the second construct? I was like, I had to make the first construct before I searched for the Tormod's crypt. The second one I made so that I could use the mana on the Springleaf drum to make a construct off the third one. Do I just want to play Emery? Or do I want to heat the monkey? I just heat the monkey. Turn before they played Granddaddy Jace. So let's see. Counters on Saga. So 2 Sagas. One was getting sacked. So I made a construct. They went to Unholy Heat that construct, and I tapped it in the Springleaf drum to make mana to make a construct off the second one. I didn't have to make it right then, but if I didn't, I couldn't make a second construct. I could only make one on the following turn. It's like I had to do it to be able to make 2 constructs. I'm getting real tired of your shit over here. All right. Not concealed or concede game. Please don't. I mean, they've had like every piece of interaction in their deck. If I had known that they were going to be moving like this slow, then I would have tried more aggressively to like be more patient on the constructs. But I think they've just got like double Murktide in hand or something. And they're just like not willing to play one out into the spell bomb. But they also like haven't drawn. I think they've cast 1 or 2 expressive iterations, but they haven't like drawn that many cards. Maybe they're just like trying to set up a one-shot with this hearse. As soon as I say that. No counter spell. No counter spell. No counter spell. Damn it. Oh, man. So, 2 mystical disputes. 1, 2, 2 counter spells. Archmage's Charm. 3 Unholy Heat. A Jace, a Lightning Bolt. 2 Engineered Explosives. Sometimes Moto says no, you're not wrong. Can you kill me yet? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We on the mill plan now. I mean, we're up over 2 minutes on time, so realistically, I should be like making my opponent kill me. If I find like another Teferi and just bounce this unlicensed hearse, like clock basically goes to 0. Oh, is it gonna happen? You think they're gonna like play a creature and go to fire up the hearse and attack and it's gonna die to state-based actions? Oh, please do it. Please do it. Come on, just cast a creature. Not quite it. Ragavan Crewhearse. Ragavan Crewhearse. Oh, come on. I need this. We're now up 3 minutes on clock. Oh, yeah. Now it's all coming together. You're going to get a tapped land. You're going to put an Archmage's Charm on stack. Nothing lethal yet. There's no way they're just like not finding a creature at all, right? The fear of Thassa's Oracle drawing or looking at the top 2 cards on them. They board out all their creatures. Really looks like it, doesn't it? Why am I playing this game still? Because I'm up 3, almost 4 minutes on time. And my opponent has not shown me anything that actually kills me. So kind of like them or somebody making me click out the combo. If you're not showing me a win condition yet, I'm not scooping. I'm dead in 1 shot to the hearse, but This could have been a mistake. They might Archmage's Charm my monkey. I might have given him the win condition. I'm just gonna kill it. Never mind. Scratch that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 is in fact lethal. Do it, opponent. Maybe they were just trying to get to an 18-18 hearse to kill with that. Maybe that was their game plan going into game 2. But I can kill him with a hearse. Alright. Ragavan looks a lot better on the play. There was something in there that I thought looked pretty bad. What was it? Flusterstorm. Flusterstorm didn't look particularly useful. If I'm comboing off, I can find the one. So I don't think it's too necessary to have a bunch of them. I would love to play first. All right. Imagine the salt the OP would see if Fluster was a wear tear. How big is that? 18-18? Tear it. Sorry, wear it. Let's get a steam vent in case I find an unholy heat or something. Not quite, yeah, not quite the place I want you, but we will live. All right, play a hearse. One time OP, play that hearse. Play that funky hearse, white boy. Tap, tap, hearse. No tap, tap, hearse. All right, let's make some constructs. Okay. I wonder if they know I can just like wait until they're in step when that goes away, and unless they were just like really needing to find a land. You think you're supposed to play Tarn to fetch a fountain to fight against Blood Moon. So, my argument against Blood Moon is my hand is dead to a Blood Moon anyway. Like, getting up a Hallowed Fountain is okay, but like, everything just stops functioning with a Blood Moon. I really don't want to like try to play around it. They time walk me. Saga is gone. Like, I think it's just kind of a losing argument. My hand was so reliant on Urza's Saga anyway. Yeah, Fetch Island would have been better. I'll agree with that one. It kind of looks like opponent mooned themselves out too, so. We'll see who finds relevant stuff first. I'm going to say them. But we also like didn't see Blood Moon anywhere game 2. So you thought about top decking a basic island. Could be a winning line. Could be. Is that really where I want to be? Like, if I top deck it, that means it's not in my deck anymore. And if it's not in my deck... let's just find an Underworld Breach. That was for the express purpose of turning on Delirium to be able to Unholy Heat this Shredder. But then when we find the Underworld Breach right here, and we get to start looping an EE on 0. Okay. That combined with a Ragavan can make us some mana. Yeah, Breach is absolutely lethal here. So eventually we'll hit a Ragavan. Ragavan can get our Mox Ambers tapping for mana. We also, again, are just like 4 minutes up on clock. An opponent's got a 14 turner. Oh, never mind. Sped it up. All right. Breach off the top. Breach or basic island. Either one be pretty good right here. Not the worst. All right. We do still have 2 breaches in the deck. Keep taking game actions. Well, I think now they've got a reasonable enough clock that I'm not dead. Or that I am dead before clock runs out. Whoo! Yes! Yes, sir! We breach gamers. Alright, should I just unholy heat this? No. I want to keep my Ragavan. Go crazy. Go crazy. Alright, so let's start milling us. And we need to find Mox Ambers. He's going to time out making us click through it. They really out here manually okaying everything. Like, I'm going to get him. Add a few more cards to my yard. These Mox Ambers really do be out here bulling. There we go. All right, so Mox Amber cast. I still haven't seen the Emery yet either. So Ragavan gets cast now. With 1, 2, 3. Done. Ragavan makes a blue off Springleaf Drum. We can play this just to put it in the yard. Amber. Keep my Ragavan. You have got it, sir. I think I need to sack this Springleaf. Alright, so there's the Emery. So now we cast the Springleaf. This is just to not give him any sort of priority opportunity. Cast the Springleaf. Cast the Emery. We mill over the last of the cards in our deck. Emery makes a blue off Springleaf Drum. Mox Amber taps for a blue. We cast Thassa's Oracle. Oh! Yes! Oh, man. That was so terrible and fun at the same time. And I hated / loved / loathed / appreciated every minute of it. Oh, man. My heart can't take too much of this deck. But that was fun. I again am surprised that so many opponents like made us click through all of it. But it's really interesting to see those little games like that where your opponent's got you locked out and you're like, cool, drew my combo piece, kill you. And Springleaf Drum is super fun in the list, just to be able to come up with little lines like that. Where you get to play around, I don't know, I guess we're playing around like Surgical Extraction, because we don't have to like loop Mox Amber an additional time. But either way, super fun. I'm probably going to play the deck a little bit more on stream at some point. But obviously, like a league taking over 2.5 hours is a whole lot different than a Shadow League taking like an hour and a half. So, I have talked about cutting the white in the deck. I think the Teferis are really good, but like Prismatic Endings, okay. Wear and Tear has been pretty all right. But I want to add like a Wish in here. I played a league last night with a Wish, and it wasn't the worst thing in the world. but just to be able to like get a win condition that's been exiled, or if you board down on combo, be able to grab a piece out of your board. The only problem is like it's really, really mana intensive, so it probably doesn't work. Might be easier just to run like a noxious revival or something.